So we had four exercises in the worksheet I gave you. The first one is underline the subject or subject of the verb or verbs in these sentences. Okay. ആ ഹെഡ്ലൈനിൽ തന്നെ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഒരു ഹിൻറ്റ് കൊടുത്തിരുന്നു that there might be more than one subject in the sentence and there might be more than one verb. Okay. Now, one basic rule in an English sentence, I think in any language for that matter, is that there should be a verb in every sentence. Okay. ഇപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ നിരഞ്ജനയോട് പറയാണ് ഐ സീ നിരഞ്ജന and I am ordering her, I see her in the portico, but I want her to go somewhere, maybe I want her to go upstairs. So I point to the staircase and I say, go. That is a sentence. That is a valid sentence. Okay. Because my body language and the understanding of the situation and other things, they are communicating the rest. Sentence-ന് ആ തലവേദന ഒന്നുമില്ല. Go എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ മതി. That is the sentence. Okay. Go is a verb. Okay. So, ഒരു verb കൊണ്ട് മാത്രം നമുക്കൊരു സെൻറ്റൻസ് ആവാം. സബ്ജക്റ്റ് പോലും നിർബന്ധമില്ല. So when I give you something like, underline the subject or subjects, verb /-s അങ്ങനെ ഉള്ളപ്പോൾ the first thing you should look out for is how many verbs are there in the sentence. ആദ്യം നിങ്ങൾ നോക്കേണ്ടതാണ്. Verb, as I told you, is a word which indicates, the doing of something or a state of being or a condition. Okay, you know about verbs. You are kind of familiar with verbs by now. So you look for the number of verbs and then you will be able to better determine the number of subjects. For each verb, you see whether there is a subject in the sentence or whether the subject is hidden or whatever. That is a good way to go about it. The verb is a safe starting point. So the first sentence, Krishna walks to the hostel every afternoon to have her lunch. Okay. You have got two verbs here. One is walks. Okay. To walk is the infinitive form. Walks is simple present. And have her lunch, have lunch is the second verb. Okay. Have in this case is transitive because you can't just say have. You have to say have something. And in this case, it is lunch. So have lunch is the second verb, and have her lunch. Her is just, of course, it's a word which gives you additional information about the object noun, which is lunch in this case. Okay. It is something that gives you additional information. വേറൊന്നും ചെയ്യുന്നില്ല. So, these two are the verbs. Now, who is the doer? Who is the person behind this verb? Okay. You take walks, it is Krishna. You take have, it is Krishna. So, the answer is Krishna. I think everybody has got this right. There is no difficulty. I took it up in a little bit of detail because I want you, it's not just enough for me to discuss your mistakes, but I should also point out where you have been right and why you have been right, so that you have a really deep understanding and it will become a kind of foolproof against your going wrong, in your exams or any time in your future. That is my aim. I'm aiming high, Abdul Kalam പറഞ്ഞതുപോലെ small aim is a crime. Okay, then there is another thing that I want you to say. I created this exercise in 2011 or 2012. I gave it to music college students, and that is why you see a lot of musical references in the exercise, because I wanted to make it interesting for them. It is a slightly challenging, it is a slightly tricky exercise. Many of the sentences are tricky. It's not an easy exercise. Okay. അപ്പോൾ ഈ ഡിസ്കഷൻ കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് നിങ്ങൾ ആർക്കെങ്കിലും ഒരുപാട് തെറ്റ് വന്നല്ലോ, അയ്യോ കൊല്ലേന്നൊക്കെ തോന്നിക്കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ദയവേത് അങ്ങനത്തെ തോട്ട്സ് നിങ്ങൾ ഒഴിവാക്കിക്കോളൂ. കാരണം അത്ര എളുപ്പമായിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു എക്സസൈസ് ഒന്നുമല്ല. ഇറ്റ്സ് നോട്ട് വെരി ഈസി. ദർ ആർ എ ലോട്ട് ഓഫ് ലിറ്റിൽ ട്രാപ്സ്, ലിറ്റിൽ ട്രിക്സ് But then when we use language, when we are comfortable with the language, these tricks are naturally there. Even in our mother tongue, there are tricks. Okay. In whatever language we are using, when we reach a certain stage, there are tricks. ഓക്കെ അപ്പോൾ അത് ഒഴിവാക്കിയിട്ട് അത് സിംപ്ലിഫൈ ചെയ്ത് ഒരു ബിലോ ആവറേജ് ഇൻ്റലിജൻസ് ലെവലിലേക്ക് കൊണ്ടുവന്ന് കാര്യങ്ങൾ ചെയ്യിക്കുന്നതിൽ എനിക്കൊരു വിശ്വാസമല്ല. യു ഷുഡ് ലേൺ ദ ലാംഗ്വേജ് ആസ് ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് റിയലി യൂസ്ഡ്, even if it is a little complex. Okay, so that was the first sentence, and that was my general comment and regarding the tricks in the exercise. The second sentence is, have you listened to Nisha playing the veena? Okay, അപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞതുപോലെ, as I told you, the first thing you do is to try and see how many verbs are here. So the first verb is listened, okay, and the second verb is playing. Listened is simple past tense of to listen, and playing is the present continuous tense of play, to play. Okay. Now I will be teaching you tenses after the discussion of this exercise. I will teach you tenses because that is anyway the next thing that you're going to do, and verbs and tenses, they always go together. It's like a marriage, you know, you cannot break. ദൈവം ചേർത്തത് മനുഷ്യൻ വേർപിരിക്കരുത് എന്നൊക്കെ പറയല്ലേ, അതുപോലെയാണ് വേർബും ഇത് ടെൻസസും. അപ്പോൾ എന്തായാലും അത് വരും. എനിവേ, അപ്പോൾ ലിസൺ ഉണ്ട്, ലിസൺഡ് ഉണ്ട്, പ്ലേയിങ് ഉണ്ട്. So you have to see whether there is a subject. Okay, listened, the subject is you, because you are the one who is doing the listening. Playing also, the subject is very simple, it's Nisha. So you have to you must underline both you and Nisha. There are two subjects because there are two verbs, and the two verbs don't have a common subject. There are some sentences where two verbs have got a common subject, like the previous one, walks and have lunch are both, they have Krishna as the common subject. Here you have got two subjects. You have got one for each verb. Okay, then we come to the third one. Sanjeev loves Western rock music as much as Carnatic classical music. Loves is the only verb and Sanjeev is the only subject. So that part is okay. The next, Subhash, you are addressing Subhash, you are talking to Subhash. Subhash, does Rajesh practice his lessons regularly? Practice is the verb and Rajesh is the one practicing, so he's the subject. The next one also, there is one verb and two subjects. Unimaya and Amrut. Sit, okay, is the verb. Next one is a little bit tricky. The bus stop here is less than 100 meters from my college, but from home I have to walk for 10 minutes to catch a bus. Okay, what are the verbs in this sentence? The first verb, which is the most important verb in English, അതാണ് ഈ നിങ്ങളുടെ ഈ ഹാൻഡ് ഔട്ടിൻ്റെ തുടക്കത്ത് തന്നെ അതിൻ്റെ ടേബിളിലൊക്കെ വരച്ച് അതൊക്കെ ഇട്ടതാണ്. is the first verb ഉള്ളത്. That is the first verb, is. Okay. What is എന്ന് ചോദിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ bus stop is. So bus stop is the subject. The second verb is walk. Who is doing the walking? I. Okay. So I is the second subject. The third verb is catch. Okay. Who is doing the catching? Again the answer is I. So you have got three verbs here and you have got two subjects. The first subject is the bus stop because it's the bus stop which is existing. Bus stop is. Okay. Not me, not you, not anyone else. The bus stop may be a non-living thing, but it is. So it is the subject of a verb. And walk and catch is both I. So that is the second subject. Okay, coming to the next sentence. The college shall close for Onam for 10 days starting on 24th August. Okay, this is again a very tricky sentence. Okay, close എന്നുള്ളത് നമ്മൾ if we take it at face value, it seems to be a verb, to close എന്നാണ്. that is a verb. Okay, but when you ask the question who shall close, you can't say the college shall close because close is not a state of being, it is an action. Okay, അടയ്ക്കുക എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് വളരെ കൃത്യമായിട്ട് ഫിസിക്കൽ ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു ആക്ഷൻ തന്നെയാണ്. ഓക്കെ, ഒരു ഫയൽ അടയ്ക്കുകയാണെങ്കിലും, നമ്മൾ കമ്പ്യൂട്ടറിൽ ഒരു ഫോൾഡറോ ഫയലോ അടയ്ക്കുകയാണെങ്കിലും അറ്റ്ലീസ്റ്റ് നമ്മുടെ വിരൽ ഒന്ന് ടച്ച് പാഡിൽ നീക്കുന്ന ഒരു ആക്ഷൻ ഉണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് വെരി മച്ച് എ ഫിസിക്കൽ ആക്ഷൻ. അപ്പോൾ കോളേജാണോ ആ ഫിസിക്കൽ ആക്ഷൻ ചെയ്യുന്നത് എന്നുള്ള ചോദ്യം വരും. ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് എ ലിറ്റിൽ ബിറ്റ് കോംപ്ലിക്കേറ്റഡ്, ബട്ട് ഐ തിങ്ക് ഇഫ് യു ലിസൺ ടു ഇറ്റ് കെയർഫുള്ളി യു വിൽ അണ്ടർസ്റ്റാൻഡ് ദ ലോജിക് ബിഹൈൻഡ് ഇറ്റ്. Is it the college which is closing itself? College is a non-living thing. It is full of living people, and they are very important and very special people also. But it is a non-living thing. It is not closing itself. So the question is, who is closing it? You can't find the answer to that anywhere in the sentence. Many of you, I think even the majority of you, you very correctly identified that the subject is not visible in the sentence. And I had told you that in such cases you can say they. Somebody is closing. We don't know whether it's one person or male or female or singular or plural. So they is a safe option. So many people have very correctly written they in brackets for the college closing. Now, the second thing is starting. Okay, starting is the present continuous form of to start. And there, that is something that many people, I think almost all of you have missed, but it is a trap. Who is starting? Question. 10 days are starting. Okay. Because you can't say they are starting or somebody else is starting. അങ്ങനെയൊന്നുമില്ല. ഇപ്പോൾ കോളേജിൻ്റെ കേസിലാണെങ്കിൽ you can say they, because there is somebody performing that action closing the college. സ്റ്റാർട്ടിങ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഒരു ഫിസിക്കലായിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു ആരംഭമായിരിക്കണം എന്ന് നിർബന്ധമില്ല. മാനസികമായിട്ടും അല്ലെങ്കിൽ കാലത്തിൻ്റെ ഒരു കാലഘട്ടത്തിൻ്റെ തുടക്കവും സ്റ്റാർട്ടിങ് എന്നുള്ള വേർബ് വെച്ച് തന്നെ വിശേഷിപ്പിക്കപ്പെടുകയാണ്. So you can say days are starting. So here the subject will be, the first subject for close it shall be they, and for starting it shall be days.